Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So, if I have a yellow base on a canvas and I'm swiping over the top with some blues, will it work? Well, that's the experiment today. I'm using a really small canvas, it's a mini canvas. As you can see, I've already painted my sides and this is the yellow that I'm using. I will take you down to see the full colour palette. I'll name all the brands and the colours that I'm using. But it's an experiment day, so I actually shy away from using yellow, and this is a gorgeous yellow to use because I'm always afraid that when I use it with other colours it's going to change colour or muddy, and I just thought, no, let's do this experiment just to prove that we can maintain the colour vibrancies with that technique that we're going to do. So I'm going to put the paint to the canvas and I'm going to do a swipe and test this theory. So if you want to see me experiment with any other colours, then just drop those in the comments below. Or if there's a certain technique you'd like me to experiment with too, then give me some ideas. I'm really happy to receive all of your feedback. But without further ado, let's say it together. Let's see what we can create. So here we go. Here's the colour palette. I've got that gorgeous yellow. And then I've got 4 blues, a metallic blue, an ultramarine, a Prussian blue, and a sky light blue. As you can see, they're all from the Amsterdam range. And I've mixed all my colours with pouring medium and water. And you'll just see the consistency here. Let me see if I can get you in to show you. It runs off the spatula, leaves a slight trace, and then disappears. And that's the same for all of these colours. So my colours are mixed up. You can see my canvas is ready on its stand. Let's go. So the first part of this process is to get that yellow colour on the base. So I'm just pouring the yellow paint from the cup. I'm going to pick up my canvas and I'm just going to tilt it from side to side just to spread out that paint on the surface area. I'm always a little bit hesitant to use yellow, and I don't know why, because it's such a gorgeous, vibrant colour. So let's start with this experiment. This is about swiping over some blue tones over this yellow to ensure that I can keep that vibrancy. So I'm going to take one colour at a time, and I'm going to place a little bit of that colour onto the surface on top of that yellow, and then I'm going to swipe. So I'm ready to do the swipe, but first of all, I'm just going to use my torch to pop any air bubbles. So for the swipe, I'm using my cell activator. That's a combination of white paint. I'm using titanium white by Amsterdam mixed with Australian Floetrol. The ratios that I use is 1:4, 1 part paint to 4 parts Floetrol. So that activator is now on my palette knife, and I'm just gently spreading that activator over the top of that blue that I've already layered. I'm not applying too much pressure, But that cell activator will now react with that paint underneath and create a cell and lacing reaction. So I'm just going to pop the remaining air bubbles, and I'll take you in for a really quick look at that lovely, gorgeous blue lacing. Can you see that reaction just there? So now I'm going to tilt this paint. I'm going to create a wave effect. That's the shape and the design that I have in my mind. So I'm just going to slowly tilt the paint to not only cover the surface area of the canvas, but to also create that wave shape. So I'm getting there with that shape of the wave. I'm really happy that those blues have remained blue and I've got that vibrancy of the yellow underneath. It'll be really interesting to see how this one dries. But let me take you in now for a close-up of the wet version. I will then, of course, leave this to one side and let it dry. It will take a couple of days to dry to touch, but a couple of weeks to fully cure. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like and share it out if you can. And here's the dry version. The yellow has remained yellow and those blues are blue. There might be just maybe a little bit of a hint of green in a couple of those areas. But guys, overall, I'm really happy with this. I created the swipe and I'm going to be less scared to use yellow in the future. In fact, I'd love for you to suggest to me some colours to use with my yellows. So drop them in the comments below. Have a great week ahead, and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.